Yo, yo, yo! Welcome to another instance of Mr. Potato Awesome Fitness Tips, my brothers! Hell yeah, bros! We are breaking down exercises today once again. And yo, welcome to the fucking live stream. Today we are going to break down the push-ups. Push-ups are fucking awesome. There's zero reasons why you are not doing push-ups. You can literally, there's zero barriers of entry. You can literally go to the ground right now and give me a set of 20 push-ups and fucking praise Brody while you do so to get the fucking chest popping, my brothers. Hell yeah, who never did some fucking push-ups to get a fucking pump? If you never did that, like went to a side room and crank it out a ton of fucking push-ups just to fucking get that chest pump and get those arm veins going on, and you can't call yourself a lifter if you never did that. So yeah, the fucking push-ups. Let's start with what is the best usage for push-ups. And it's for sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. It's to introduce metabolic stress to the muscles involved in pushing. And this movement is absolutely fucking great to really fill up the fucking chest after a gnarly session where you did some bench presses and other movements that are going to overload the muscle. And to finish off, you throw a fuck ton of push-ups. The rep ranges is ideally from 20 to 40. Usually after doing, let's say you did a gnarly session of incline benching and then you throw some fucking push-ups on top of that to milk that sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, get a crazy pump going on and feel the muscles burning. And you will probably be doing right around 20 to 40 reps. You lose a lot of fucking reps after you already stress the muscle with other overloading exercises. So for that, you can introduce 3 to 5 sets. The rest times is 2 to 3 minutes. It can be lower than that, but it depends on your work capacity. And one of the best things about the fucking push-ups is that you can go safely to failure and beyond failure for that matter. So reps in reserve is 0, and to go beyond failure, one of my favorite strategies with push-ups is doing a mechanical drop set. You do the fucking push-ups, you do as many push-ups as you can, and after you are not being able to do it anymore, you drop your knees to the floor. You know, where there's people that can't do regular push-ups and they need to do push-ups with their knees on the floor. If you do this adjustment after you are already reached failure, this is a mechanical drop set and you can milk more reps and really get the gnarliest pump that you ever got in your fucking chest and triceps. So strength standards. Listen, the strength standards I didn't consider it based on you doing push-ups after you are doing other exercises. This is just what's your best set of fucking push-ups. If you are a beginner, you are just starting working out, then aim for 30 reps, develop 30 reps. If you don't have 30 reps on your tank right now, do a little program where you are doing 5 sets of push-ups every morning. Just wake up, do 5 sets of push-ups, and you will be doing fucking 30 push-ups each set in a matter of 8 to 12 weeks tops. If you are an intermediate lifter, you are a lifter that is already training for 2 to 3 years, then sets of 50 push-ups is pretty gnarly. Let's say you are in a hotel, you are traveling, you cannot work out today, or you are introducing a deload and you are not going to be moving your fucking barbell movements and heavy shit and other heavy shit, then sets of 50 push-ups are pretty awesome. And if you want to be half man and half machine and do fucking push-ups like a crazy person, then sets of 80 push-ups. But remember, this is pretty much you are specializing in push-ups. Let's say right now I don't know if I can do 80 push-ups in a single set, even if I drop to the floor right now, but developing that ability is not that fucking hard. It's actually surprisingly easy to add fucking reps to your pull-ups. It's just a matter of increasing your frequency and doing push-ups pretty much every fucking day for higher reps, and you will develop a ton of reps. The counter side of that is that usually body weight movements and movements that when you try to emphasize a ton of fucking reps and develop your rep range to really go to crazy levels, that shit, you lose that shit too fast. You know, if you don't do high rep push-ups or dips or whatever, even pull-ups, then in a matter of 3 months you will lose like half of your total reps. So yeah, let's say you develop the ability to fucking do 80 push-ups in a single set or 100 push-ups in a single set. If you don't practice that shit and don't be consistent with your frequency doing push-ups, you will be going back to 50 fucking push-ups, which is already pretty fucking awesome too. Pretty fast. So deloads. Deloads for the fucking push-up, bro. There's no need to deload. It's actually a movement that is pretty good for you to do when you are deloading. When you are taking a break from fucking the heavy ass barbell lifts and the movements that are going to really yield nasty fucking gains in strength and size, then using the push-ups in those weeks is pretty awesome. Usually all the fucking I like to program all fuck. I like to program exercises that emphasize sarcoplasmic hypertrophy to my fucking deloads, because then I go to the gym, I don't add a ton of stress to the body, I crank a ton of fucking reps, move blood around, and don't introduce a lot of systemic fatigue. Just be careful not to be trying to introduce special metabolite techniques like the mechanical drops, as I said earlier, because then you are pushing the limits and you are not allowing your body to clear up the systemic fatigue that you accumulated throughout your training cycles. Okay, so volume considerations for fucking push-ups. The minimal volume for you to maintain the development that the push-ups gave you is right around 5 sets a week. So if once a week you are going there and doing a bunch of fucking push-ups, you are going to maintain the development that you milked with the exercise. The minimum effective volume for you to make steady progress with the movement is right around 10 to 15 reps. So it's high volume. It requires a high volume. But the interesting thing about the push-ups is that you can be introducing this volume in a second workout. You can do it, let's say, before you go to bed. You don't need to be on the gym. Like I said right in the beginning of this fucking review, you can do push-ups whenever you fucking want, wherever you fucking are, okay? So there's zero barriers of entry, and if right now you are not doing push-ups, you need to start doing fucking push-ups. Push-ups, bodyweight squats, and lunges, bro. You can already milk a ton of fucking gains just with this kind of movement. Maximum adaptable volume for you to be focusing on developing a fuck ton of fucking hypertrophy with the push-ups, right around 16 to 25 sets, and the maximum recoverable volume is just yes. Because if you want to be a fucking pull-up machine, bro, you can be a fucking pull-up machine. There's guys that do like 1,000 fucking push-ups a day. I know a crazy motherfucker, martial artist. The guy is a black belt in karate, and he's a little bit of a nut job, you know, but he does every fucking morning before he starts the classes. He come to the gym like 6 in the morning and start cranking push-ups, and it's impressive to say the least, because he really does 1,000 fucking push-ups every fucking morning. I don't know if that is conducive to a lot of his strength, but he doesn't do strength training, and the guy is fucking strong as a fucking brick house, bro. So let's start fucking reviewing the exercise. We have 6 categories here: range of motion, compound factor, which is the ability of the movement to hit the maximum amount of not maximum amount, to hit a large number of muscles simultaneously. Sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, if it is good for sarcoplasmic hypertrophy or not. Myofibular hypertrophy, power, and strength. Those are the strength qualities that we are going to be reviewing for the movement. So range of motion. The range of motion for the fucking push-up is really, really great, because you can fucking... I just realized that range of motion and compound factor are going to go on top of each other. I'm going to say pretty much the same thing. But the range of motion, you can do a strict push-up and just touch your chest to the floor and just extend your fucking elbows, and that will be already a gnarly range of motion. It would be pretty much all the range of motion that your pecs need, all the range of motion that your fucking triceps needs, but you can add a little bit of extra range of motion by protracting your shoulder forward. If you protract the shoulder forward on the top portion of the movement, you will get a really cool fucking squeeze on the chest, and you will also bring in your serratus to the party, which is a muscle that is usually underdeveloped in people that don't practice boxing and other things that require you to protract your fucking shoulder. So the range of motion is going to be a fucking 5. Hell yeah. Push-ups are really great for range when it comes to range of motion. Usually, if you are doing a bench press, for instance, it's absolutely egregious for you to protract your shoulders forward, because then you are putting a fuck ton of stress, because you are moving heavy weights. You are putting a ton of fucking stress on your shoulders, and you'll injure yourself. And with the push-ups, you can do that kind of shit. Access muscles that you would otherwise not be training, and fuck, that is really fucking great. So extra range of motion is something that the push-ups can provide you. So 5 for that. What's up, Aaron? How you doing, my boy? I like supersetting flies with push-ups to failure. Nasty pump and great chest finisher. Hell yeah, bro. That's absolutely fucking awesome, bro. I started doing that shit when I saw, I don't remember the name of the motherfucker, but his handle on Instagram is PH Deadlift. He's like a super high level power lifter, and he's also a PhD in exercise physiology or something like that. And I forgot his fucking name, bro. But I saw he doing exactly this superset after benching fucking heavy. I tried that shit fucking years ago, and it was gnarly, bro. It's one of my favorite finishers for chest for sure. Hell yeah, bro. And how you doing? What did you train today? Have you trained today? Yeah, today what did I did today? I did lunges. I did Bulgarian split squats. I did farmer's carries, and I did overhead presses, and then lateral raises and reverse incline lateral raises. So legs and shoulders. I didn't squat today because I ran this morning, and I went too fucking I went too fucking fast for my current build, you know. Squats and military this evening. What's up, Mark, my brother? How you doing, bro? Oh, yo, we are at the same groove, bro. I trained legs and shoulders today, and it was fucking awesome. So compound factor, how big of a fucking movement the push-up is, how many muscles it is stimulating. It is going to target the fucking chest, the front delts, the triceps, and if you do the fucking trick of protracting your shoulders forward when you are finishing the movement, you are introducing that stimulation to the serratus and the I don't remember if it is the abdominal head of the chest, which is that little thing that stay below the chest here. I don't know if you guys ever have been lean enough to see it, but when you fucking squeeze your fucking chest, there's a little weird muscle right below the fucking teeth, you know, and that shit gets really awesome activation from push-ups. But outside of that, is not like nothing in comparison to fucking heavy fucking barbell movement. So there isn't a ton of systemic fatigue going on. There isn't a ton of fucking compound stimulation of the entire body. So for that, I would say that is a fucking 3. It's nothing crazy, but it's not such a little fucking movement. It's not an isolation exercise. So fucking 8, 3 fucking points for compound factor. Now, sarcoplasmic hypertrophy is where the fucking push-up really shines. If you fucking program this shit with the mechanical drop set that I said earlier. So you go there, you do 20 to 40 reps after you fucking benched heavy as shit. You will already have a crazy pump going on the chest, and then you do the mechanical drop set by dropping to your knees to make the movement a little bit easier. And when the movement gets a little bit easier, you can introduce a little bit of more reps, you know? And those extra reps are the grindiest fucking shit, and they will fucking feel like your chest is exploding. So for sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, the fucking push-up is insanity, bro. It's a full fucking 6. It's the best usage for the movement, for sure. And like Aaron on the chat said, fucking do a superset of flies with push-ups too. Ooh, that shit is gnarly, man. It's really fucking great, bro. Really fucking great. For myofibular hypertrophy though, listen, there's a point when you are a beginner that you are going to develop a lot of contractile tissue with push-ups, especially if you are on the heavier side, if you are a little bit overweight. But overloading the push-up is pretty much impossible to do it safely. It's actually a bad idea. It looks stupid putting plates on your back. It looks stupid. I feel stupid when I'm doing that. I try to do that, and it's retarded. Don't do that fucking shit. And you can. I also injured my fucking cervical putting a ton of fucking putting like 2 to 3 fucking plates on my back, and then I was cranking fucking reps, and one of the plates slipped and fucking hit my fucking cervical. So yeah, my experience with trying to overload fucking push-ups wasn't that great. So for that, I will say that it's a fucking 2 for myofibular hypertrophy. Now power, for those that I always explain power, because power is it's strength applied with speed. So let's say you are moving 15 kilos. If you move 15 kilos at 100 miles an hour, you need a fuck ton of fucking force to do that. If you are moving 15 kilos super slow, you don't need pretty much anything. You can be a really fucking weak bastard and move that fucking lightweight, okay? So the push-up is remarkably good for fucking power. If you do sets of 1 to 5 and you focus on being extremely explosive and launching your body to the air, all the way up to developing the ability to stand up from the push-up. I don't know if any of you guys ever watched that shit, but it's crazy impressive. I can't do it myself, but I have a couple of friends that can do that kind of shit, and it's super fucking awesome, man, because you just explode up, and you can pretty much stand up from directly from the push-up. And me personally, those sarcoplasmic hypertrophy sets that I do after fucking bench presses, I focus on being super slow on the eccentric and explode on the way up. And that fucking shit, I it might be placebo, it might be because I'm thinking that I'm doing that, but I feel that after I started doing that, I started to become more explosive on the bench press. So for power, I will say that it's not useless, at least. So a fucking 3, because power is a strength quality, and strength qualities require overloading to really be emphasized. And that consideration is also true for fucking strength. So the push-ups for strength is nothing to write home about. The real thing that the push-up is going to do is give you a gnarly pump, bro. Is giving a gnarly pump, introduce sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, send a ton of fucking metabolites to the muscle cells and make the muscle cells swell and make you fucking get big as shit, bro. So the score for the fucking push-up at the end of the day was 6, 12, 14, 17, 22 out of 36. So low. Why so low? It's weird, because like I always put push-ups and pull-ups in my head for some weird reason. I put both of them at pretty much at the same category as movements that you should do and never take off out of your training. Like every night I like to do a couple of pull-ups before I go to bed, or right when I wake up. If I'm not going to run, I do some pull-ups and some push-ups. But yeah, the push-up on itself is not going to give you that crazy gnarly stimulation that the pull-up on itself can give you. So Aaron said, I'm training in a few hours, chest focused, upper body today. Hell yeah, bro. So today, what is going to be? Going to shove some bench presses, flies, and push-ups. That's all that you need in a fucking workout, bro. What else would I put? I would probably do just 3 exercises. I would do some priming work before hitting the bench press. So some lat prayers to engage the lats and get the lats a nice shovel a nice pump to the fucking lats before pressing, and hope triceps pushdowns to send blood to the elbow joint, and maybe some front raises to fucking send blood to the the anterior head of the deltoids. Those three would be probably my main go-tos to do some priming before hitting heavy fucking bench press. And remember, when you are priming the muscles, the goal is not to feel the muscle burning, is not a fucking sarcoplasmic hypertrophy training. So use like less than 30% of your one rep max. If you don't know what is less than 30% of your one rep max, think of it like cardio with weights. Okay, think of it like doing lat prayers. You're just moving the fucking weight, you're just feeling the lats contracting, just feeling the triceps contracting, but it's so easy that it feels like you're doing cardio, you know. So, and that sends the fucking blood to the regions that you are about to overload and protect your joints and everything. It's a great way to keep your longevity up when you are training. And after I learned that from John Meadows, from videos from John Meadows, the late John Meadows, RIP. And after I was always getting banged up, bro. I was, because I trained like a fucking psychotic, and I was always getting banged up. After started to introduce this notion of priming the muscles before overloading them, I never again got hurt outside of doing dumb shit like arm wrestling and climbing climbing things that I shouldn't be climbing. it, like when I travel with my father-in-law, he cannot see a fucking tree with fruits, you know. If he sees a tree with fruits, he has to stop and pretty much steal the fruits from the fucking tree. And then he always says, "Go la, climb the fucking tree, go la." Take the fruits off from the top. Oh, damn, and I always end up falling from those fucking stupid branches because I underestimate my weight, you know. Oh, god damn it. So let's move fucking forward. I think I'm going to answer some questions from Quora, and then I have face pulls and stiff-legged deadlifts prepared here. So later we are going to hit on them to hit them too. But let's see what the fuck I have on Quora. So for those of you that don't know, I fucking write fitness articles and answers on the platform called Quora, mrpotato.quora.com, and there you can send me any questions that you want about fitness, and I will do my best to fucking answer it. So let's see what we have here. Unanswered questions. Let me put this a little bit up. So Lego King requested the answer for: will doing bench press and biceps curl make a boxer punch slower? No. No, bro. Like, first, your explosiveness is pretty much genetically predetermined. So you can use a training style that will increase your explosiveness, but let's say you are super fast twitch, you are not going to stop being super fast twitch unless your training is absolutely retarded, unless you are just grinding fucking slow reps for bench presses and biceps curls and hoping that you are going to become more explosive by doing that. No. If you are already a fucking fast puncher, you will become a faster puncher if you make your muscles stronger, because strength is the primary adaptation of muscle. Movement requires strength. When you are doing a movement that is fast, you are using strength against time, and when you become stronger, you become potentially fucking faster. So no, it's not going to make a boxer punch slower. And this retarded idea comes from boxing trainers, because they are old and dumb and they don't understand a single thing about physiology, and they simply say, I think they cranked up a bunch of dudes full of steroids, and yeah, you just juice your balls off and you build a fuck ton of muscle mass, your body doesn't know how to handle that muscle mass. Most of the muscle mass that you get when you start introducing a ton of anabolics is sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, so it's just fuel for the muscle. You're not really increasing the sheer number of muscle cells that are able to generate explosive kinetic force. You're not necessarily introducing that unless you train for that. If you train for that, the rates of protein synthesis that the steroids give you allow for you to become way more explosive than not. Otherwise, Olympic weightlifter wouldn't take D-ball like crazy, like they do. And yeah, that's pretty much it, bro. So let's see the next question here from Ben Lusky. What's up, Ben, my brother? How you doing, bro? Is it safe to go to the gym every day, or are rest days needed for safety reasons? It all depends on the intensity that you train, okay? It's not going to the gym every single day is not necessarily about protecting yourself. It's not necessarily about mitigating risk of injury. What you are doing when you take a rest is allowing your body to process the stimulus that you already introduced. Let's say you have a jar of, let's say this fucking cup of water is the amount of stimulus that your body can process. And it is let's imagine that I did a fucking, poked a little hole on the bottom of the jar, and this is the stimulus you introduced, and the body will process this stimulus slowly, okay? If you just keep adding stimulus, it will just overflow and never be processed. So that's why you need to fucking take your time and sleep and use and leverage your sleep, leverage your hydration, leverage your nutrition, so you can milk the gains that you already introduced. So just adding more stimulus on top of stimulus that weren't yet processed by the body, it's not ideal. But what can you do if you are a fucking crazy motherfucker that wants to train every single day, and you are adamant about that and you are going to do that? Then you just manage your intensity. It's pretty much like doing a deload, okay? So let's say you 3 times a week you train with fucking 90% intensity, because training with 100% intensity should be just on occasion. People that go to the gym and think they need to go beast mode and be a hero every single day that they go to the gym, they are training wrong. Okay, so 3 times a week you go there and you train with 90% intensity, and the other 4 days you train with 50, with 60, with 70. Before you enter the gym, you pay attention to your body, you listen to your body and see how you are fucking feeling. If you are feeling fresh as fuck, you are feeling super strong, go for a hard day. If you are feeling a little bit beat up, you are sore all over, there's zero reasons for you to train. That's the first consideration. And if you either way you want to go there and train, then just go light. Think of the objective for that workout to be just sending blood to the muscles that are sore, for instance. That's a great way to accelerate the process of recovering the muscle, because you send a lot of fucking blood to a region that is compromised by the soreness, by the acidity that the muscle accumulated, and the extra blood accelerate the healing process. So it's interesting to go to the gym. You can let me rephrase this. You can go to the gym every single day and do something, but you need to change objectives every time that you go there and change the intensities that you do whatever the fuck that you are doing, so you don't injure yourself, like you said on your question. So that's it, Ben. I hope I was able to clear up this conundrum for you, and let's keep fucking banging questions. Let's see the question for Aspect Gamer. Are loose muscles good for sprinter or tight muscles? I have loose muscles. Today it's all about fucking myth busting, bro. It's all the fucking myths from track trainers, from fucking boxing trainers. Listen, when you are a sprinter, one of the best things that you can develop is ankle stiffness. Ankle stiffness will turn your fucking legs into springs, okay? Okay, but this ankle stiffness is not about having stiff muscles. It's about having strong muscles that can contract and maintain the stiffness when actively engaged. It's not about being tight. It's about having the ability to make your fucking ankle tight. Okay, and that doesn't require you to be as stiff as a board. It's actually the contrary. If you develop your flexibility, you will have more fucking ankle stiffness, because you can use exercises to reinforce the infrastructure required to have that fucking quality to your stride. And oh shit, I lost my train of thought here. Yeah, but pretty much having more flexibility is not counterproductive at all in any situation. It's not interesting for you to fucking uh, do flexibility work before you engage in high explosive exercises like sprints or fucking running 100 meters, 200 meters, or fucking Olympic weightlifting or resistance training for that matter. Stretching before lifting is not really that great if you really is trying to expand your fucking range of motion. But yeah, no, you don't need fucking tight muscles to be more explosive. It's actually the contrary. If you see that dude, knees over toes guy, that guy added fucking 10 inches to his fucking vertical jump. And 90% of what he does is pretty much overloading his muscles to a stretch position, and his fucking flexibility is legendary as shit. So no, 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 no. You don't need to have tight fucking muscles to be a great sprinter, bro. Moving forward, question from Ryan Sullivan. What's up, Ryan, my boy? How you doing, bro? How you doing? Let's see. What are the best leg day workouts to get around a groin injury? Oh shit, groin injuries sucks, bro. Um, Listen, you have a free pass. You have a free pass to skip leg day, bro, because that groin injury will take probably right around it, depending on how serious the injury is. It can take anywhere from 8 weeks to 16 weeks to heal, and ideally you shouldn't be adding resistance on top of that, because that will only fucking make you make the time required for you to to recover from the injury get way 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 bigger, you know. I always tell the story that I was skateboarding, and I fell and I hurt my fucking wrist. And instead of fucking taking some time away from the fucking gym, I was pretty obsessed with powerlifting at that time. And I just went there and fucking benched on top of the pain, and it was manageable. So I was able to fucking keep benching consistently and dealing with the pain. But what happened was I kept that fucking pain on my fucking wrist for a year and a half, bro. And then I talked to a fucking friend of mine, which is a orthopedic surgeon, and he said to me, "Yo, listen, take some time off. This shit was supposed to be healed in a matter of 4 to 6 weeks." And I took 4 to 6 weeks, and magically the pain went away, never came back. So I was forcing the pain, the damage to stay there for way too long. And so for now, if you have a groin injury, let the groin injury recover. Do fucking and focus on upper body. Train upper body while you are dealing with this fucking injury. And when you feel that your groin is good again, then you go back to your fucking squats and lunges and all that good stuff, bro. That's it, Ryan. I hope I was able to help you out, bro. Stay on the fucking iron path. So that's enough questions. Let's move forward to face pulls. Let's review fucking face pulls. And yo, is there anybody watching this? Please send me a praise Brody on the chat so I feel the warmness of your fucking presence here. Yeah. So face pulls. Face pulls are absolutely awesome, and the best usage for face pulls is injury prevention. what the rep ranges for you to use in the face pulls is right around 8 to 15 reps. You don't need to be going fucking crazy. You don't need to be trying to fucking develop a ton of fucking muscles doing face pulls. No need to go fucking heavy. You just move, feel the fucking contraction on your rear delts, and that's about it. The purpose of doing face pulls is that because of all the bench presses, the push-ups, and all the fucking movements, overhead presses, everything that develops the front delts, they start to overpower the shoulder girdle and generate imbalances that are going to fucking destroy your fucking, essentially put your shoulder into a permanent impinged position. And if you are a guy that fucking train boxing, or you are just a crazy psycho like me that love throwing sports, I can play catch any day of the week. If you fucking invite me to play catch right now, I will probably end the live stream and go play catch with you because I love that fucking shit. And that is one of the things, the most common injuries that you can have in your fucking shoulder is you tear a rotator cuff or your teres muscles get all wonky, and that is because your fucking front delt is overpowering the rest of the shoulder girdle. So the face pulls is the best, by far the best movement to attack this and to really give you healthy fucking shoulders that will last you a long time in this lifting shit. So sets, 3 to 4 sets. Rest times 1 minute. You pretty much isn't introducing anything that requires you to rest for longer than that. Remember the 3 factor model that I always talk about? There's 3 things that you need to pay attention when you are recovering between a set and another. The first thing is your cardiovascular capacity. The face pull is not going to challenge your cardiovascular capacity. The second thing is local muscle fatigue. So the accumulation of fucking acidity and the increase of temperature of the muscle fibers itself. The face pulse is not going to be doing introducing a fuck ton of local muscle fatigue. And if it is introducing local muscle fatigue, it's in the tiny fucking muscles on the back of your fucking shoulders. So that can clear up really fast. And lastly, the central nervous system is the third factor that you always need to pay attention during when you are recovering between sets. And the central nervous system is the one that takes the biggest hit and requires you to go for fucking long rest periods. So yeah, face pulls 1 minute is more than enough between each set, and the reps in reserve is 4 to 6, meaning you don't need to go to failure. You pretty much don't need to exert yourself. You just need to hit those muscles. Those muscles are rarely hit. Okay, so just go in there and fucking feeling the fucking muscles contracting is more than enough. And once the fucking resistance starts to slow down and you need to grind reps and holding that fucking the fucking implement behind your fucking ears start to get really grindy and weird, then you stop the fucking movement right there and you're good to go, bro. What's up, Sherman? How you doing, my boy? Thanks for being here, bro. Thanks for being here. Yeah, man. Face pulls twice a week. Awesome, bro. Awesome. It's one of the best preventative movements that you can introduce to your fucking program. And it's really important to maintain shoulder health. If you want to be a fucking lifter, taking care of your elbows and shoulders are the main fucking thing. Like the guy asked before, like you have an injury in your groin, let's say. It sucks. You can't do fucking squats. You can't do lower body movements for a while. But you can do all the fucking rest. You can fucking focus on building shoulders and like if you have a free pass to do shoulders every fucking day, why not? But when your shoulders are wonky, bro, you can't squat, you can't bench, you can't fucking biceps curls. You pretty much can do anything without hitting the shoulder and aggravating the injury. So shoulders fucking sucks when you get them hurt, bro. It's to me, it's even worse than having lower back problems. Lower back problems, yeah, they take away the main compound lifts, but there's a lot of exercises that you can just sit and take your back out of the equation, and you can still work out suboptimally. But with the shoulders, there's pretty much nothing you can do. There's very little that you can do, and shoving resistance on top of an injury is a recipe for disaster, and to extend the time that it's going to take for you to recover really significantly. So strength standards for fucking face pulls, it's a big no. Deloads for fucking face pulls is a big no as well. So no need to fucking try to be strong on face pulls. No need to fucking deload face pulls. Actually, if you don't do face pulls, introduce face pulls to your fucking program when you are deloading. Now, volume requirements. 3 sets a week is pretty fucking good to maintain your shoulder health. 3 to 6 sets a week is going to be interesting if you already had fucking problems and you wanna really reinforce that region. The maximum adaptable volume will be used to, let's say you have a really significant imbalance on your rear delts in comparison to your fucking front delts, then it's interesting to be introducing 8 to 10 sets of face pulls a week. And more than that, the maximum recoverable volume is not really that applicable here, but it would be right around 12 sets, and you should only be introducing this kind of volumes with the face pull if you really have a gnarly imbalance and you need to address that shit quick before something pops off. And imbalances are tricky, bro. You need to target your imbalances, because it's when an imbalance gets exposed that you get injured. Okay, so let's say you have a super strong structure all around a super weak muscle. When that force travels through that weak muscle, then the weak muscle pops off, and that's what you don't want to be experiencing, and why you program face pulls into your routine. So range of motion for the fucking face pulls, it's pretty standard. It's nothing to write home about, but it's not bad. So I would say a 3 is pretty good. Injury prevention is where the face pulls trumps every fucking other movement that hits the rear delts and that real states. And the main thing is, it's because you are hitting the rear delts here, and you are also rotating the body, the arms. And this rotational movement is really weak and extremely underdeveloped in 99.9% of the people that lift weights in the world, okay? And if you are a thrower, if you are a pitcher, if you are a quarterback, or you are just a random motherfucker like me that love throwing stuff around, you need to be doing this movement. You need to be doing this movement ASAP, because it's going to reinforce the rotator cuff because of this portion of the movement, the portion where you fucking rotate your arm, and that will give a gnarly stimulation to your rotator cuff. I tore my rotator cuff playing baseball and spent like a year unable to fucking play again. And the second I started introducing face pulls to my training, in a matter of 1 to 2 weeks, I was throwing again, and it was absolutely fucking awesome. Thanks to Enrique, my brother from Cuba that plays in my team here, that taught me. He was the one that said to me to use face pulls to rehab my fucking shoulders. So thank you, Enrique. And so injury prevention is a full fucking 6. This movement is incredible for injury prevention, and in the most in what is, to me, the region of your body that as a lifter you need to take the biggest care of. Ideally, you need to take care of your entire body. But the shoulders, man, shoulder injuries suck so bad that, this is fucking beautiful. Now, for sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, if you wanna just make your fucking rear delts and those areas of the muscle bigger, you have better options than fucking face pulls. For instance, the inclined dumbbell lateral raises, or the reverse pec deck. is going to be way better for you to introduce a ton of sarcoplasmic hypertrophy in the region, especially because this rotational component, it actually saps your strength for you to do way more for you to do more repetitions. So I would say that it's pretty high up there. It's one of the best movements for developing your rear delts, because the rear delt is a tiny muscle that require a ton of fucking repetitions for you to develop. But it's not the best movement for pure hypertrophy. The good thing is that it is a hybrid between injury prevention and fucking sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. So when combined for those two objectives, when those two objectives are combined, it's absolutely the best fucking movement. But if you are just worried about developing the muscles on that right around on the portion of the back that is right around the shoulder girdle, then you have better options. For myofibrillar hypertrophy, here is one of the things that I think the face pulls is better than the other movements, like the reverse pec deck and the inclined lateral raises. Those movements kind of feel like they are ripping your shoulders apart when you fucking start to go a little bit heavy. When I say heavy, it's not that heavy. It's really tiny increments in strength, but it starts to feel really bad on your fucking shoulders if you really try to start getting stronger on the movements. And I feel like the face pulls doesn't have that same problem, at least to me. So I can't, when I'm doing face pulls consistently, I see that I can ramp up the weights pretty steadily, and I don't start feeling my fucking shoulder blades going all wonky. Maybe it's because of the fucking rotational portion of the movement, or maybe it's because of the constant tension that the cables provides. But borderline at the end of the day, I feel like the face pulls, it you can fucking overload them really slight, really tiny increments from time to time, and build upon the strength on your on that region for that movement pattern. So I will give it a 4. Now, for power, this is not the fucking intent of the fucking movement. It has no room in a fucking power doing powerful fucking face pulls. That's stupid as shit. So, ne and for strength, I will give it a 3, but not because you need to be strong on face pulls, but because in a strength training program where you are emphasizing building your strength to the maximum, using face pulls to fucking maintain your body able to fucking express strength in other avenues is extremely important. So it's one of the best accessories for you to introduce in a strength program. So I'm going to give it a 3. So at the end of the day, the face pulls had 9, 14, 18, 19, 22. That's the score for the fucking face pulls, bro. Let me edit this. 22 out of 36. Yo, this I like that the compound moves always trample the fucking scores of other movements. But when I see my fucking favorite exercises having a low score, it kind of makes me sad a little bit, you know. I wish they had more fucking a higher score. Yo, I just saw that you sent a fucking praise Brody, Mark. Thank you, bro. Hell yeah. Oh fuck. I'm going to take a leak pretty fast, and I'll be back with fucking stiff-legged deadlifts. Woo! Hell yeah. Empty. So stiff-legged deadlifts, bro. This is a movement that I always see the girls doing in the gym, and I don't I never understood why they went so fucking light on the movement, and even though they were going super light on the movement, they were building like insane fucking hamstrings and a nasty fucking giant butt. And I never understood why. I came from the camp of like, yo, you need to put all the weights. And in the beginning of the 2010s, every fucking muscle scientist was saying like, stretch mediated hypertrophy is stupid, sarcoplasmic hypertrophy is stupid, high rep sets are stupid, and the only thing that drives muscle growth is mechanical tension, and you need to work out exclusively from 4 to 8 fucking reps, and that's it. And yo, counterintuitive to that, I always saw girls doing this movement super light and developing nasty fucking hamstrings. And why is that? Is because the fucking best usage of the fucking stiff-legged deadlift is as a finisher for introducing stretch mediated hypertrophy. And stretch mediated hypertrophy doesn't require you to go that heavy. It doesn't require at all, and it will give you fucking gnarly sick gains. So the rep ranges for doing the stiff-legged deadlifts as a finisher. And remember, why I always say to introduce stretch-mediated hypertrophy-focused movements at the end of your workout as finishers. It's because they cause a ton of muscle disruption. After you overload the muscle through a stretch position, you will lose a lot of fucking strength, and you will fucking feel that fucking muscle bad. Other consideration is that it takes days to recover from that. So be really strategic about when and where you introduce your stretch mediated hypertrophy movements, but the stiff-legged deadlift, bro, is uncanny for that. So rep ranges 8 to 12, sets 3, rest time 5. So remember, it's a ton of damage. It's gnarly fucking damage. So take your time between sets. Just fucking scooch that butt up. Imagine you are trying to point your butthole to the ceiling, and between each rep, try to feel the muscle stretching, like you would feel your fucking hamstring stretching when you touch your toes, when you do that stretch, like trying to touch your toes, and you feel your fucking hamstring stretching. That's the feeling that you need to get when you are doing stiff-legged deadlifts, by overloading the muscles. Okay, reps in reserves is 6. Don't need to go to failure. If you manage to go to failure, prepare yourself for 4 days of soreness, because if you go to failure through a stretch position, it's going to demolish your fucking system. It's the same deal with fucking lunges. It's the same deal with overhead cable single arm triceps extensions, triceps extensions with a cable and a single arm, and you let the fucking constant tension stretch the fucking long head of the triceps. You will feel that fucking thing burning for days if you do as many fucking reps as possible. So strength standards for the stiff-legged deadlifts, right around 0.6, because of this question of introducing the stretch to the muscle. You don't need to be that fucking strong to milk gnarly gains from the movement, and it's not that you don't need to be that strong, but you don't need to go that heavy. Well, while in a standard deadlift, I would say that you need to fucking at least deadlift as a beginner your body weight, at least your body weight as a beginner, and then as you progress with a standard deadlift, to become advanced, you should be deadlifting at least 2 times your body weight or more. So with this movement, 0.6, so 60% of your body weight. If you are an intermediate lifter that is training from 1 to 3 years, then 100% of your body weight doing using this movement with your body weight is pretty sick. And if you are advanced, 130% of your fucking your fucking body weight is more than enough. Everything above that is specialized strength. Is you are officially a power lifter or something, and you are really trying to become the strongest motherfucker in the world. So deloads, it's the standard basic deloads template for big heavy ass compound movements. If you are a beginner, you should be deloading every 16 weeks. If you're an intermediate, 8 weeks, and advanced people should deload monthly. So volume landmarks for the stiff-legged deadlift, it's zero. What you develop with this shit, you don't need, as long as the rest of your fucking program is pretty sick, is pretty good, you don't need to be even introducing stiff-legged deadlifts to fucking maintain the development that you milked with it. It has a ton of fucking carryover to a ton of fucking other exercises. If you are doing barbell rows, if you are doing squats, if you are doing lunges, if you are doing fucking deadlifts, if you're not doing none of this, then you're training wrong. You're training, you're not training really. Your program fucking sucks, and you should be doing those. And okay, if you are doing leg presses, okay, or fucking hamstring curls, just to show a little bit of appreciation to the machines, because yo, with ChatGPT around right around the corner, the machines are probably going to rule the world, so we need to show them some respect. The minimum effective volume is 3 sets. If you do 3 sets a week of stiff-legged deadlifts, I guarantee you, bro, using the fucking stretch mediated hypertrophy, leveraging that shit, I guarantee you, you are going to build a gnarly fucking butt and crazy strong hamstrings. And if you are a fucking power lifter and you are trying to be the greatest deadlifter that you can, I would say that stiff-legged deadlifts are for deadlifts like close grip bench press is for bench press. If you really want to develop the maximum fucking strength that you want on the bench press, you need to train the close grip bench press a ton, because it's the lockout. 99% of the times, the lockout is the gnarly portion, and that if you have incredibly strong triceps, you are going to progress steadily with the fucking bench press. While with the deadlift, it's the same fucking thing. If you have a dedicated day to developing the strength of your hamstrings and your fucking glutes, bro, when you sit back on the fucking deadlift before leg pressing the world away from you, then bro, you will have a ton of carryover for fucking strength. So 3 times a week is pretty gnarly to already be making gains with this movement. 6 times a week, it's already, you need to be planning how you are introducing that, because you will disrupt the rest of your system. It's a ton of systemic fatigue, it's a ton of local muscular fatigue, a ton of muscle disruption. The stiff-legged deadlift is a gnarly fucking movement. It's insanity. So you need to be careful about how you program them in your exercise routine. And the maximum recoverable volume, the maximum volume that I want to see someone doing this fucking movement is 9 sets, and that's pretty much a girl trying to completely demolish legs every week. Like my wife, every time she works out, she trains fucking legs. Okay, so that's why her legs are beautiful, because she loves training legs. And that's the same thing as guys that train shoulders and arms every fucking workout. They usually have great shoulders and arms. So you don't. Some people love to say that everything is fucking overtraining, oh, you're training too much, this is too much volume, this is too high of a frequency. But bro, I'm here to tell you, as humans, bro, we adapt, and we adapt fast. And our primary superpower, the only superpower that we have in the animal kingdom, is work capacity, bro. We can do stuff for days, we can do stuff often, as really fucking often. Our muscles are multinucleated, they process stimulus like crazy, while other cells on the body, they have a single nucleus. The muscle fibers, they have a myriad of nucleus that they have tons of nucleus just to process stimulus. It's the reason why if you break your fucking arm, in a matter of weeks your muscle atrophies all the fucking muscle around it. So because the muscle then is a liability for the broken bone and for the recovery of the region. So yeah, pretty much that's a big tangent. Let's move forward. Let's move forward to the range of motion of the stiff-legged deadlifts. Yo, the pure range of motion of the stiff-legged deadlifts is already a fucking 5. But I'm going to give it a 6 because all you need is a little something to elevate your feet. It can be a 45, and when you elevate your lifts and you elevate your feet and you do a deficit stiff-legged deadlifts, boy, you are going to be introducing nuclear destruction to your fucking hamstrings. So it's the biggest fucking range of motion that you can use in this style of fucking movement. And fuck, it's a 6, bro. It's a 6 for sure. For stretch mediated hypertrophy, I think stretch mediated hypertrophy was proven with stiff-legged deadlifts. I don't know if it really was, but everybody that does this movement heavy as shit has sick fucking hamstrings. So for stretch mediated hypertrophy, it's a full fucking 6, bro. This movement is insane, bro. Deadlifts are so fucking awesome. I miss doing deadlifts. My dog destroyed my deadlift platform. I had a makeshift deadlift platform, and my dog destroyed all that fucking shit, and I'm not being able to fucking deadlift for now, and that sucks. I need to buy a new one. Okay, for sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, so doing the movement with a tiny CC weight and doing a fuck ton of fucking reps, not emphasizing the stretch, just trying to fucking bump as many fucking reps as you can, then that's the low point for this movement. It's not really that great for that, because the posterior chain, most movements that target anything in the posterior chain are really not that fucking great for sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, because the posterior chain it sends the fucking force through a ton of fucking places, so you never know exactly what you are fucking hitting. If you are Hobby Robinson and you are a guy that fucking trains for 60 years, yeah, or someone that does this shit every single day, does the exact same movement, then you can isolate, you can develop the mind-muscle connection to isolate and use this movement to fucking do sarcoplasmic work with your hamstrings or butt. But that requires a special kind of human being, so I'm just going to give it a 2. For myofibrillar hypertrophy though, it's uncanny. Let's say you are not fucking trying to focus on the stretch mediated hypertrophy, but you want to do stiff-legged deadlifts heavy as shit and just kagoosh, super fucking awesome stimulation to your fucking hamstrings and glutes. You can just go heavy and have awesome fucking gains in the myofibrillar hypertrophy department, which is the actual building of new contractile protein structures in the muscle cells that are able to express and generate force. Okay, so for myofibrillar hypertrophy is a fucking 6. Hell yeah. Oh no. Hell yeah. So moving forward, we have power, which is strength expressed through speed. So the cousin of fucking stiff-legged deadlifts, the Romanian deadlifts, which is pretty much a stiff-legged deadlift with a slight bench and a little bit of less emphasis on really feeling the stretch on the fucking hamstrings, is a great fucking movement for power. But the stiff-legged deadlifts is just slightly worse, because the way that you place since you are placing your shoulder line way ahead of the barbell to keep the straightened position on your fucking legs, If you try to be super explosive with the movement, you are risking a lower back injury. So no bueno. It's not really that great for fucking power. But since it's a deadlift and it's going to develop, you can have pristine technique and a ton of body awareness and train for power using the movement. I will give it a 3, but it requires again, it requires an experienced lifter with great fucking technique. And for strength, absolute strength, static strength, strength that can be expressed for whatever time frame, okay, like grinding fucking reps and putting a ton of fucking force and weights for you to carry, it's a fucking 6. And every deadlift is a 6 in this category. The deadlift is by far every deadlift are by far the best movements for strength. It's going to stimulate your peripheral nervous system and your central nervous system like nothing else. Like maybe squats, but some variations of squats doesn't really give you the same levels of stimulation as the deadlifts give you. So yeah, that's it, bro. 6 points for fucking strength. So that give us 6 times 4, 24, 27, 29 out of 36. That's a nasty score, bro. That's a pretty high. That's pretty high indeed. So that's it, bros. That's what I had prepared for this evening. And thanks for being here with me. Thanks for watching this shit. And praise Broding, bros. Praise Broding. Tomorrow I'll be back. I had to pick up some fucking extra work to make ends meet this month, and I wasn't able to do as many live streams as I wanted. But now I'm with my schedule free for at least 15 days, and I will try to do daily fucking live streams and these fucking reviews and shit. And if you have any suggestion about anything, something that I might be doing in the live stream, I thought about doing reacts, but I don't know really what to react to. Maybe I'm going to react to fucking world records across the years, like the bench press world record, the deadlift world record, or something like that. But I'm pretty bad with ideas of what to do on the fucking live stream. So yeah, that's it, bros. Thank you for being here with me. Stay on the iron path, brothers. My brothers!